From broke to boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
All right, in this video we're going to briefly talk about loss runs, what we are, what we do, what we mean, and what does it have to do with you.
Yeah, and actually, it can actually, man, it's a little confusing. So that's the purpose of the video, to talk about it and actually take a look at it in depth for those that are that are running under a carrier. So you're leased onto someone. Chances are you've probably never seen this report directly on what kind of damage you've caused if there was an unfortunate accident. Now, it doesn't mean that it was your fault or anything like that. What we're just talking is facts on what happens next behind the scenes with the loss runs. So everything adds up. I was actually under the impression the bigger the payout, the shittier the situation might be, but they're going to view it as small events might be worse than just one more expensive payout.
So again, this is not legal advice. We're not insurance experts or anything like that. Obviously, been in trucking 25 years, been through all that stuff many times, multiple DOT audits, multiple insurance renewals that can be just as difficult, sometimes even more difficult than DOT audits. And yep, that's not legal advice, but that's just my life experience.
Right, yeah.
That usually, let's say, when insurance company is looking at the carrier, and let's say you have one big claim, like I don't know, $100,000, $200,000, some big accident.
Right.
we may be more forgiving and more willing to offer you either a renewal or a quote, versus you have 20 incidents, $1,500 each.
Right, because that just shows, kind of like we were talking about.
That shows the culture.
Yeah.
That shows your safety habits. That shows the culture. That shows that you are a cesspool of bad scenarios.
And business practices.
Business practices, yes.
Yeah, because that probably and you know what? To their, I don't know. Hey, just follow the facts, right? And I bet you all those small little scenarios end up to be those places where they're PCing and disconnecting and
yes, like all those little things. Eventually, like big accident can happen to everybody. This is why it's called accident,
right? Yeah.
When you have multiple accidents/incidents, is that still an accident, or that's how you run your business?
Right.
And I think that's what we mostly paying attention to, because if you have 20 incidents, like if you have one big incident once every 10 years or so, maybe not, shit happens, a lot of trucks on the road, a lot of moving parts.
Right, yeah.
However, if you have 20 little ones every year, every single one of those little ones has a potential to escalate to $1 million claim.
Yeah. So you know what? A lot of this is not making sense in regards to, remember not too long ago we had that guy that called in that his insurance canceled on him. Mm-hmm. And so I guess he hired a driver. The guy ran up a muck and fucking destroying shit left and right. So he was like, it wasn't even that expensive, but it was a lot of movement just within like a 3-month window that he was giving this guy a chance. So like he had like 3 or 4 claims pop up in like 3 months. Mm-hmm. So then he gets back into the wheel, and then he changes an address. He kind of does a simple move that he's just kind of moving to Florida, and insurance is canceled. So it's not so much that just his license alone, they're just viewing the amount of claims that are all of a sudden coming in. It's on the loss runs, and then all of a sudden there's a drastic change of a license. It all just smells like.
And now all of a sudden you look like you're running from something.
Yes. Yeah. So that's enough for them to say, you know what, canceled.
Yeah, because through our time in business, we moved at least 3 times.
Right.
Legal every step of the way. But usually you prep for it. So you kind of you update the proper forms with DOT. You discuss about this with insurance company ahead of time.
Okay.
Because a lot of insurance companies, let's say, if the business is located in the state of Tennessee, right, and we want to move to Florida because let's say we have a customer here, or we just like fishing and sunshine. that insurance company that can insure you as a Tennessee carrier may not be licensed to insure you in Florida. Or it may be against that company's, policy or whatnot to insure any carriers in Florida, because Florida is a pretty dark hole when it comes down to claims, accidents, incidents, and so on.
All right, but it was weird because that explains the scenario. But again, when frustration sets in, the guy is just like, I could live wherever I want. I don't fucking understand. Like, I don't need anybody's permission to move.
And here's the problem. Like, on an emotional level, I'm with him. I feel the same way. I don't think it should be held against you. But it's kind of like, just like that owner-operator that bounces from company to company to company, tying all these companies that have nothing to do with each other into one big link of somehow potentially connected shadow carriers.
Yes.
And now you have to answer that question, not just like, I don't know, another company. No, like, you almost have to prove that you have nothing to do with that.
Guys, and what happens too, it's like, shit, man, I can see how this happens. Like, especially in these day and age where you see a lot of companies going down and shit like that, right? So now, let's say there's a 20 truck company, boom, available to the industry, all these guys. And let's say they're doing drive-in. And let's say they're based out of Tampa. And let's say we recruit, 50% of them. So now, although you're like, oh man, let me scoop that up, and everybody's kind of celebrating a little bit. They found a home, a good home. You're offering them home. But now on the insurance side, that might look like a chameleon carrier type shit. Like you might have a difficult time.
And even that's super simple to explain, because look, that company, we did shut down. People were looking for a new home. We're no name here. We ended up here.
But they're still going to look behind.
We're still going to look behind. We're still going to look with suspicion. I can guarantee you, if you're having a DOT audit anytime, within a couple of years after that event, that question will be brought up. During the insurance renewal for the next 10 years, that question will be brought up. So it's a lot of nasty questions. And I know like some of that probably deserved, because, trucking industry, like, known for shenanigans sometimes. But man, when you kind of don't do nothing wrong, and now you have to defend yourself, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah. Oh, man, because my brain just starts thinking, like, you see all these guys like that, closed up shop, and they're starting to sell off equipment, even though it's all like, let's say somebody's there.
That's a VIN number.
You fucking buy. You're like, give me 20.
yeah. That's a VIN number, and now all of a sudden, 20 VIN numbers from that company that went down due to some major safety concerns landed on your fleet, man. And I know, you got the bill of sales and everything else. Good fucking luck, man.
Yeah.
And especially, like, for example, again, it's easier to prove certain things, right? Like, for example, we've been in business for a long time. So let's say some company shut down in, let's say, Tampa, and, 5 owner-operators came over here. The questions will be asked. However, it's not going to be, the game changer. It's not going to be comfortable because, like it sounds almost like, when did you stop beating your wife?
Last week. So actually this morning I promised to quit.
but it's kind of like that. You are being questioned about something that you have nothing to do with.
All right. Yeah.
But imagine if we were only 2 years old as a company, and that company that went out of business is 10 years old. It's almost like, man, you fucked.
Yeah.
Again, this is not legal advice. I'm just saying, like, I would not want to be in that situation.
Yeah, so this is the other side of part for those, guys that sell the good standing DOT numbers and all of that, and then you buy, and then you're moving all your VIN numbers to that. Like, owner-operator partnership is very real. I got tons of guys who are making $4,000 take-home. Learn how you can do that by giving me a call at 863-342-5171. We are conveniently located in Lakeland, Florida. We are a Florida-based trucking company that is here to provide you resources to be successful. So once again, it's 863-342-5171.
As a matter of fact, I actually I was watching this YouTube channel the ex-cop. He's retired right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he has pretty cool channel, kind of like easy to listen guy, pretty like impartial and so on. He's not like Team Blue, none of that. Like, he's just normal dude. He's gonna tell you how it is. And he's actually renewing, talking about a lot of like new policies coming in. And apparently, all these fucking companies buying and selling DOT numbers, apparently they're coming after every single one of them. And what I didn't know, same shit happens with DoorDash, same shit happens with Uber.
What do you mean?
There are groups on social media.
Yeah.
That you can buy, apparently you can buy or rent somebody's account. Have you ever, well, I know you just started using Uber, but only one time I used Uber for about at least 10 years. Like soon as I learned about it, and man, it was so much, my first experience was like 100 times better than any cab.
Yeah. That's why
like, that was it. I was sold. And in all these years, I've traveled quite a bit. I only once was in the situation where the car that arrived did not match the description. The driver did not match the description. I was going to the airport. The driver was a chick. So I'm like, come on, what you fucking
I can take her.
What you gonna do? I know where airport is.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So we're kind of good. I jumped in it and we kind of, everything went fine. But as now I was watching that guy's video, that was a prime example of accounts being sold, rented, and so on. And because it has a lot of crime that we not necessarily know about attached to it, people getting raped, people getting robbed, people getting killed.
Yeah.
So apparently the Department of Justice is really, really looking into it. So all those, like Uber, DoorDash, and even trucking
Shit, man.
DOTs are going to be questioned, like according to him, for sure.
Wow, look at that. Because again, it says it's not that it's illegal to sell a DOT, because if somebody sells their trucking business, it all goes with it. So it's not so much.
Well, technically, if the ownership changes, what needs to happen, you do not keep the same DOT number.
Oh shit! So
if the ownership changes, I think you have to report it and you get a new DOT number.
Okay. So it's different if you're absorbing it, because they're all going to go under yours.
Yeah, under your existing thing,
Right.
Obviously companies go out of business. And still, would I want to be answering those questions? No.
Nah. You know that Uber thing, that is pretty interesting, man, because what happened to us, I like Mike said, man, I just started using it recently, and
because he lives under the stone.
What's up?
Under the rock.
But anyway, it was pretty badass, but it showed a little picture of the person. But anyway, so we were in dialogue and we were kind of sightseeing something, and the person, good person, she was like, you really don't want to go there. She's like, it's about this time, and she's like, you'd rather go here. So, we just fucking made a left and took us to a different location, and we get off and, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then my wife gets a notification, ding, like, hey, we noticed that you got dropped off way different than where you were supposed to go. Is everything okay, pretty much? As if it wasn't, like, you're like, oh, like,
man.
But I was pretty surprised that, like,
because look, Uber is a big company. We have a lot to lose. Any incident like that can cost them millions of dollars. So of course we're taking care of business.
Yeah, so I find it like, man, that's even strange. I would never think that somebody's renting their account, because like I probably would have never got in that car, because it shows me like the Tesla, like it shows you everything.
Oh shit, you got Tesla and shit.
Man, that's why I was loving it, man. Like, also where I was, it was like $7, bro.
No,
like,
because sometimes I do that, like for my wife.
Yeah.
And sometimes for myself, if I kind of like if I feel special or something, then like you get like the regular Uber, you can get XL, and you can get like something like a little upscale.
Yeah.
So sometimes when my wife travels, and I'm the guy ordering the Uber from my phone, even though I'm nowhere near her.
Right.
And basically sometimes I would order her like a nicer ride. You usually don't know what the ride is going to be until it's assigned to you. But sometimes I do that just because, man, like, why not? It's nice, right?
No, no, fuck it. I was in Puerto Rico, man, and what it was like right there, Tesla, and that was cheaper than like whatever else was, and it just said it was available. Hit the button.
So you got to choose actual like Tesla?
Yeah.
Because usually, like here, if you use like Uber, check this out. If you use Uber, you don't get to choose that. Where's Uber? Uber fucking chicks with dicks. Shit, Uber. Where's the Uber? Okay, Uber. Boom. So check this out. Let's say we're going to, let's see, whatever, here, right? Boom, a little far. This is what you get. You get Comfort, Uber X, Wait and Save, Uber XXL, Uber XL, and Uber Pet. You don't know what exactly vehicle is going to be assigned to you until you actually click on it. But the Comfort is usually going to be, like a little bit upscale vehicle.
Unless that's what happened to me, and then it was saying, hey, there should be a Tesla across the street or some shit. But anyway, hey man, I was pretty impressed on the security of it, and
or maybe Puerto Rico kind of kicks our ass.
I don't know, man. That shit was pretty cool. I was like, I'm not walking anywhere. So there we go, guys. That's the video. Lost runs. I hope you understand a little bit more than you did before. That is the purpose of what we do and why we do it.
Yes, and guys, be safe. Be very safe. Don't mess around. Don't just talk safety. Don't just point fingers about safety. Safety is about safety. So be safe yourself. Do the right thing. Run legally. And like one urban legend that I remember hearing since I got into trucking: you cannot make this business legally. I disagree.
Yeah,
I totally disagree. You can actually make this business very legally, because whatever illegal shit you do is gonna eventually catch up with you.
Yeah, for sure. And that's for another video, man. A lot of guys come with bad habits, thinking that that's the only way, but it's not necessarily the truth. Well, it actually isn't.
All right, guys, if you're looking for the best trucking company in Florida, give us a call, 863-342-5171. Be safe out there, and we'll talk to you in the next video.
Stay earning.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.